The soul in the body is somewhat like a flame on a candle. Okay, the the the, the fire consumes the wax. Okay, without being used up itself. Do you understand what I mean? The body, um, the body is going to get consumed. Your body will be born. It will live. Whatever the average age of living is these days, I really don't know. Probably in the 70s, 80s, maybe. And the average lifespan for men and women, usually the female lives longer than the male. But anyway, someday the body will die, but the soul will live on. Do you understand? If you've watched any of my other videos, you'll understand that the sun is a symbol of God. It is. Uh, it says in the Bible, Jesus is speaking. He said, "I am the light of the world." The sun is the light of the world. Jesus Christ, the Son, is the spiritual light of the world. See how it matches completely? In the Bible, it says God is all light and in him is no darkness at all. Do you see anything that he created that's all light and has no dark side? The sun. It says in the Bible that God is a consuming fire. Do you see anything that God created that is a consuming fire? The sun. Okay, so the sun is a symbol of God, is a symbol of Jesus Christ. Do you understand? It is the light of the world. Okay, it says in Revelation, Jesus is speaking, he said, "I am the bright and morning star." The sun is the bright morning star. Okay, for those who don't know, the sun is a star. It's the brightest star in our galaxy. When it comes up every morning, it's very beautiful. It's very bright. The sun is in the highest heaven, so is God. Uh, it says in the Bible that no man can look upon God's face and live. Okay, God said that to Moses when Moses asked him to see his glory, meaning Moses wanted to see his face. God allowed him to see the back part of him as he walked away, but he did not allow him to see his face. And God told Moses, "No man can look upon my face and live." And what's the only thing that God created that we can't really look at? The sun. So the sun is a symbol of God. It's a big ball of fire. It's a big ball of flame. There is no origin for fire on the earth, meaning we can produce fire. We know how to produce fire, but there's no origin of fire on the earth. The origin for fire is up in heaven. Do you understand? The sun. Now, there is a natural way for fire to start on earth, and how is that? By lightning. Lightning comes from heaven down to earth, it strikes the ground, it strikes trees, and a fire is started. Okay, so there is no natural fire burning on earth that we get our fire from, our flames from. Okay, so you need to get that in your mind. The source of fire is from heaven, the sun. So anyway, you see these three candles here. The flame is a symbol of your soul. If you look at these flames here, they're going upward. Okay, they're not going sideways. They're reaching up in an upward direction. They'll always go up no matter what direction you put a candle. Here, I'll demonstrate. You probably already know this. Okay. But if I turn the candle sideways, that flame will still always want to go up. Do you understand? It's always wanting to reach from where it came from. The soul, your soul came from God. That flame wants to go back from its origin. It wants to go back to the sun. Do you understand? Symbolically, that's what it means. That flame is trying to get back to where it came from, back to the sun. So the flame represents the soul, okay? The candle represents your body. The only thing that keeps your soul from returning to God is the human body. The human body keeps your soul here on earth. The candle has a form, but the flame does not. Do you understand? I could grab a hold of this candle because it's in a physical form, but I cannot grab a hold of a flame. Do you understand? It has no physical form. Okay? The size of the flame is not determined by the size of the candle. Okay? In other words, you could have a small physical person, but they could have a big soul. You ever notice that? A small person could have a big heart, and a big physical person could have a very small heart and be a very shallow person. So you cannot determine the size of a person's soul by their physical size. Do you understand? It doesn't work that way. Like I said, you could have a very small person with a very big soul. Do you understand? So you cannot judge a person's soul by the size of their body at all. And of course, the reason, obviously, that I have a black candle, a brown candle, and a white candle is for obvious reasons. Okay? No matter what color the candle is, the flame does not change color. Okay? You understand? No matter what color, what race you are, everybody has a soul. Don't you understand? The soul is the same for all human beings, no matter what color of skin they have, no matter what race you are in this world, the soul is the same. You notice each flame has the same color, even though the candles have a different color. You weren't born, you didn't fill out a form asking ahead of time to be born a certain race. You didn't fill out a form ahead of time to be born black. You didn't fill out a form to be born white. You didn't fill out a form to be brown. You didn't fill out a form, right? You were just born. You didn't pick out what race you were. The most dangerous thing you could do is be proud of the race that you were born, because the only thing that's going to do is make you hate races that you're not. This is a huge problem in the world. Don't you understand? Don't you understand what human pride does to people? All it does is make you hate races that you're not. Do you understand? So you could have be proud to be black. You had no say in what race you were born, so why are you so proud to be black? Same thing with being white. You had no say in being born white. Why are you so proud to be white? You had no say in what race you were born. Matter of fact, you didn't have any say in what sex you were born. You didn't have any say in whether you were going to be born a male or a female. You had no say in the fact that you were even born to begin with. Okay, so let's just get to the punchline here. You had no say in what gender you were going to be born, nor what race you were going to be born, nor did you have any say in the fact that you were even born. The choices that you make are the choices of whether you're going to love people or hate people. And if you hate people based on their race, you have let the devil win. Do you understand? God loses and the devil wins. You become a pawn. You become an instrument, a very foolish instrument in this world. Do you understand? The devil wins and God loses, and so do you. You lose. You understand? Souls we win, skins we lose. Don't you understand that? All people have the same souls. Do you understand this beautiful teaching? The flame represents a soul. The soul is the higher aspect of a man and a woman. It's the higher aspect. That's why it's higher than the candle. The soul is the higher aspect of a man. Do you understand? That's why the heart is higher than the genitalia on a body. God created the human body with very much spiritual significance to it. He created the heart higher than the genitalia because love is higher than lust. Do you understand? He created man with both physical, carnal, uh, desires, and man is also spiritual too. So a man both has lust and love. And this is where a lot of men get confused, the difference between lust and love. Same thing with females. Females get confused between lust and love. Do you understand? We have both lust and love, but love is a higher form of living than lust. The soul is the higher aspect of a person. Okay? Don't live for physical pleasure, is what I'm telling you. Don't live for sex. Don't live for uh, the pleasure of taking drugs, whether you take heroin, cocaine, whether you are into prescription drugs, or you've lied to doctors to get narcotics and you like that euphoric feeling of taking prescription narcotics. Do you understand? It's a never-ending treadmill, and it only leads to a few places: death, hospital, going to a hospital. Do you understand? It just destroys your life. Trying to fulfill the lust of the flesh is a never-ending treadmill. Do you understand? There is only one path in life, one real path. Okay, everything else is a tireless treadmill. The pursuit of money, the pursuit of physical pleasures, they're endless treadmills that'll wear you out. The true path in life is the one that leads to Jesus Christ, that leads to God our Father. That's the real path in life. Do you understand? The flame represents your soul. It's trying to get back to God. That's why it reaches higher and higher, trying to get back to where it came from. When God breathed into Adam's nostrils, he breathed into him the breath of life, and Adam became a living soul. The same thing happens to you. When you were a little baby and you were 9 months in the darkness of a womb, and then you were born from, you came out of water into air, and you took your first breath of life through your nostrils. All babies take their first breaths through their nostrils, not through their mouth. You become a living soul. You came out of the darkness of 9 months in a womb into light. When you come out of a womb, your mother's womb, and you draw in your first breaths of the breath of life, you become a living soul. It's no different than 6,000 years ago when God breathed into Adam's nostrils and he became a living soul. Do you understand? Anyway, I hope this video inspires you. I hope that it reaches people, especially in America or throughout the world, where race is becoming uh, it's a never-ending struggle for some people. Do you understand? Don't be baited by hatred. Don't. Because at the end of the day, God is going to judge your soul. He's not going to judge you by your race. You're going to be judged as your soul, because that's what you really are. The body is nothing more than a costume. It's a covering for your soul. You understand? Don't be tricked into and duped by the devil into being proud of whatever color of skin you have or whatever race you are, and then going out in this world and hating the race that you're not. Do you understand? It's a very easy trick to fall for. Do you understand? It's very easy to hate people. It's much more difficult to love people. You understand? But Satan is the God of this world. Don't you understand? Jesus said, I am not of this world, for my kingdom is not of this world. To become a Christian means you're taken out of this world and you're reborn into the kingdom of God. Do you understand? Satan deceives this world, and this is one of the ways that he deceives people in this world, is to race bait them, to get them to hate each other by the color of their skin. And I'm trying to do a video here to show you what a beautiful creature you truly are. but it's within you. The beauty is within you. It's not by the outward appearance of you. Do you understand? All three of those flames are the same color on the inside. All of us are the same on the inside.